everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you a tutorial on a shaker card that I will be making with you all. So these are the supplies that I'll be using. I've got this paper pad from Craft Sensations, which I purchased from Range a while ago, and I really like the colour tones and how they matched with papers. So you get like a patterned sheet and then you get a coordinating planer page. So I'll be using this beautiful grey tone with the muted pinks, and it also has a coordinating sheet which is this like a grey green coloured page. But these are papers, they're not cards. They're 100 GSM, so it's lightweight paper. So if you're going to do any kind of structure or like dimensional projects or cards, I would recommend backing it on some cardstock. So this is the paper, and then my dies. So I'm really blessed to be on Tonic Studios design team, because they send me so many beautiful dies to play with, and recently I've made a lot of samples with some dies which will be out hopefully next month, and they are always on Hochanda. So I'll put all the links to Tonic Studios below for you as well. This is a beautiful circle die set. It's a cross stitch circle layering die set which contains 9 dies, and as you can see, the stitch detail is like a cross stitch, which is very beautiful, and you can see there's the nested dies, so there's 9 circles in here. So this is the set I'll be using to create my window. And then I have used this die set here, which is the Best Wishes Sentiment die set, which is this beautiful wreath. I have already got it out here. So you get 2 pieces in that die set. You get the actual intricate piece with the best wishes on it, and I love the design. I mean, you could sit and colour it in, you can die cut it and then cut the backing as a layer and go in and colour it in. So it's a really nice die set to have, and I think you can use it for many different occasions, and it lends itself to spring, summer cards, winter cards. It's just about changing up your colours. So these are my dies that I'll be using, and I will show you what I have already cut out. Excuse me. So with my die, the main die that I'll be using, I've cut out a piece of white card in that. So that's what the detail looks like. Really beautiful and really pretty details on the roses. You got some leaves, really gorgeous. I've also cut out with the layered piece, the shadow piece, I've gone in and cut out this paper, and I have backed it on card. So I've cut this out, and you're wondering why there is a circle in the middle, which I will explain in a second. So I've gone in and cut the shadow layer out of this paper here, and then I've put it under the white piece like this. And at that time there was no circle cut out of it, it was just like this. So I've gone in and done that, and then because I wanted to create a window in the center, I've gone in with this die set. Now you need to pick out 2 dies, which one is smaller than the other, and whether it's a circle or a square or an oval or whatever shape you go for, even if it's a heart, it's fine. So I've picked out 2 dies, which are these 2 here. So one is smaller than the other, they are nesting dies, and what I've done, I've just put the smaller of the 2 behind here centrally, and I thought, okay, I'm going to cut it out here. So you need to centralize it as best you can, and you're going to cut it out. And then with the larger of the 2, so this is then done, and then with the larger of the 2, you're going to go in and cut out a piece of acetate like so. You can see the pretty detail of the cross stitch on the edge. So on this piece is actually going to be covered because this is my window, and then this acetate is going to sit behind my whole design like so. And the reason it needs to be bigger than the piece that you cut out from the center is so that when you glue it, it has an extra edge to hold on to that first layer there. So basically your glue is going to sit on here and it's going to stick down well. Okay, so these are my bits of layers. I've also taken one of the circle dies in a larger size to create this circle here, and you can see the detailing a bit better on here, and then this will create my base for this circle. So I've tried to get a size which is a tad bigger than my wreath. Okay, so these are all my pieces, and now I'm going to get creating. So I'm going to create my shaker first, and then I'm going to stick it down to my card base. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this layer onto my shadow layer, and you always try to find out a reference point of a fancy die like this. So for me it's this large leaf which is poking out, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue behind the white one. And the easiest way I find to glue down some intricate dies is just put some glue down on some scrap paper like this. And the glue I'm using is by Nuvo, and it's the clear drying craft glue, and it's a very, very quick dry clear glue. I really have been enjoying using this glue. And all I'm going to do is just dab some glue on here, and I'm gonna put this onto here. So again, there's my reference point, and try and get it as central as I possibly can. I think that should be okay, and then I'm going to lift it up to see it a bit closer, and that's how that is looking. So you can see the pattern paper just peeking behind, and if you get little sections where you haven't glued it properly, take your glue, a tiny piece of card, put a bit of glue on the corner of that little piece like so, and then go in, lift the little pieces where you think you haven't put enough glue, and just stick it down. See, you need a bit of glue here. See what I'm doing, and then stick that down. Okay, and then you can see the best wishes through that as well. Now for my acetate, that is going to sit here as well, so I'm going to fix my S first there. I'm going to put some glue down here, like that. Be careful not to tear your word because it is quite intricate. Okay, so that's how my word is looking. And then just to hold it down a bit more, I'm going to add a tiny bit of double-sided tape, just a tad, because I am going to go around with the foam pad to give it the dimension you need for a shaker card. So just to hold it in place, I'm going to add a tiny amount, just so that I know it's really secure while that glue is drying in there. So just 4 little pieces of double-sided tape, and then just put that to a side. And here I have my foam pad, so I'm going to take not a huge amount, but I'm going to take enough so that I can double it, and you can always go in and add more. So I'm going to double it up because I want it quite dimensional, because I'm going to be adding a lot of sequins and confetti. And all I'm going to do is just stick this together, and this is just a foam pad that you can buy from a good craft shop. I think Tonic Studios have some. Like I said, check out their website. I will be putting the links below. And then all I'm going to do is, because I need to go around a circle, it's going to be quite hard to curl this around, so I'm just going to make some little cuts, just tiny little cuts, so it will help its way go around that circular shape. Just a tiny couple of millimeters in, just to help it on its way. I'm going to remove the backing, so I say. It's really sticky, this one, so let's get hold of it. Okay, so I'm going to remove that whole backing and get sticking. Okay, so you can see where I've made the little cuts. It's going to just help its way around, and I'm going to not go over the acetate because I don't want to cover any of my words or whatever I've done there. Okay, that's going to go there, nearly there. It's really easy to do. Once you've done a couple of shaker cards, you'll know what to do. And then one more, and then I need to snip this off. Just gonna go in and snip it there and release that off. So now I have double-sided foam going all the way around, which now is gonna stick on here. But before I stick it down, I'm gonna add a tiny bit of wet glue just in case I need to wiggle it around before it sticks down permanently. And for my shaker bits and pieces, I will be using the Nuvo Ice White sequins. I've also got the crystal cloud circles. I love the iridescence on these. And then I've also got the muted mauve hexagons, and I thought the mauve looked really pretty with the pinks in the paper. So I'm going to put, sorry about that, you can tell I've been die cutting, all my bits and pieces are just sat here. So let's get these on. So the Nuvo selection of sequins and mixes you can get, there's loads of different colours. There's sequins, there's glitter, there's confetti, there's a whole load of different things you can get. And like I said, there's a whole array of colours that you can find. And again, I'm gonna put the, like I said, I'm gonna put the links below, so go and check out all the links and see what's available out there. Oh my god, this pink is so gorgeous. So I'm not going to go crazy and put loads and loads on. And this one I think is my favourite because it's just so iridescent, and it's, you know, just got that hint of pink and white. I think this will be great for a Christmas card or any kind of Christmassy project. A bit more of this chunky sequin there, and I think that should be enough. Maybe a tiny bit more pink, why not? Oops, there you go. And then bring it all in the center, pick up your window and get it as central as you can, and then squish it down. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. And there's your window with all your bits and pieces in there. So you've got the pink, the iridescent white, and you've got the white sequins in there. Okay, so now to put this onto a card. So the whole point I wanted to show you this first is because now you know this is just a shaker window. You can put it on anything you want. You can put it on a bottle, you can put it on a bag, you can also put it on even a layout, whatever you want, a journal, a pocket, anything. So mine is going on a card. So I've got my card prepped here. This is a 6 by 4.5 card. I've also got one of the layers, and like I said, you can see this is just paper. So I'm not going to put any wet glue on this. I will be putting it down with some double-sided tape because I don't want any warping on this paper. And it's going to look amazing. It's such a dull day outside today, so I'm sorry if the lighting is quite bad. It's the dark November days, but the weather hasn't been that bad, if I'm honest with you, so let's just hope it stays nice. Okay, so it's a top folding card, and this is a 250 GSM cardstock, again from Range, and I'm going to centralize it as best as I can. And I wanted that white border just so that this pops on it, and then this is going to go on with some wet glue. And I want enough glue so it's not going to go anywhere. I don't need any more dimension on it because there's enough dimension on the actual shaker, and I want it quite central, so I'm going to put it in the middle and get it stuck down like so. And that is my card. And for the insert, I have got that green coloured, greeny grey coloured piece available from that paper, which I'm going to put inside right now. And that will finish off the card. So create little windows and add them to whatever you like. A jar, a bottle, whatever you want. So that's my insert, and there is my shaker. Oh my god, that looks so pretty. And I didn't want to add anything green inside because it's got all the greeny grey tones, and it's just picking up that pink from the paper in the sequins. So I hope you enjoyed this quick, well, when I say quick, it's over 16 minutes, so thank you so much for watching. But I hope you enjoyed this video on how to create a shaker card using some tonic dyes, some beautiful Nuvo products, and pretty paper. So until next time, take care, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye!